Welcome to this episode of Say It with Scott, where we look at how the words we use affect the lives we live. I'm Scott Sery. I'm a copywriter, and I love how we can take words here and there, twist them around just a little bit, and we totally change the message that we're sending. This episode is brought to you by Strategic Advisor Board and by my company, Sery Content Development. One of the biggest pages in terms of traffic to your website is your About Us page. People will come to your landing page, they'll come to your home page usually, and then they want to see who the heck you are and if you're credible enough to do business with you. The big issue, however, is most people just kind of breeze through these, or they put just a timeline of when the business got started. A lot of times they take that as well and they try to transfer that into a prospect meeting. So you're sitting down with somebody and you're trying to convince them to become a client of your business. And all you do is you go through that timeline. You start out with that timeline of the business and when you launched. So it's something like this. Joe's Accounting Service, which is one of my favorite go-to examples. If there is a Joe's Accounting Service out there, I'm promoting you for free, I guess. So Joe's Accounting Service comes in and says something like, we started Joe's Accounting Service in 1994. If you do the math, that's 29 years of tax prep for great clients. Over the years, we have kept up with all the tax changes and all the tax law changes, and we have been adamant about making sure we provide a cost-effective tax prep solution for our clients. Now, if you look at that, it's all about the history of Joe's Accounting Service. And if you're in the audience listening to that, you're just, oh, okay, yawn, whatever. Let's get to the point. What's in it for me? We see this on the website as well in almost as many words. I recently saw somebody referred to it as their invention date or their invented on date. And they said, prospects don't care when you were invented. They care about why they should do business with you. So the challenge here is you take that About Us page and you completely make it about the client without really saying this is all about the client. So a client reads it and they're super inspired. That's where a copywriter comes into play. So we can take that. We started in 1994. We do all our continuing ed. We do tax prep and payroll services, certified public accountant services, whatever else. You just list all your things out. Now we say something more like, back in 1994, we want to keep that in there because that length of time, especially something that long, really establishes credibility. We say something like, back in 1994, my first client was my friend Bob. Bob took his taxes down to big account prep place in the mall, a little kiosk in the mall, and paid $49. And I said, dude, Bob, I'm doing accounting this year. I can do your taxes for you. And he says, well, what do you charge? Well, what'd you pay? $49. Okay, I'll just match it. And I can almost guarantee I'll get you a bigger refund. And so Bob's like, yeah, whatever, it's same price. You can double check, do my taxes for me. And so here at Joe's Accounting Service, our first client, Bob, we did his taxes. We actually found him $350 more, about $350 more in his refund than big accounting firm did. Bob has been with us for all 29 years now. Over the years since then, we've kept up with all these changes in the tax law, and we just get more and more sophisticated. So every client that comes in knows they're getting the best deal and they're getting the maximum refund possible according to the law. We don't fudge numbers at Joe's Accounting Service. So you can see how we took that history and wove that into the client's story and created something that the clients are going, oh, $350 30 years ago, what's that? 30 times 350, this guy's saved like $70,000 or $7,000 because he went to Joe's Accounting Service. That's kind of the mindset we want to get into. And it only works if you know how to weave your About Us story in with the client's About story and combine those two so that the client gets done reading and they absolutely want to do business with you. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Say It with Scott. I hope you found some inspiration and some education you can apply to your own business. As usual, if it didn't make sense, if you need some more information, or if you just need to find a copywriter to help you out with these things, hit the links in the description below. Reach out. I would be happy to help. But before you go, please like, comment, and subscribe so you get notifications every time Strategic Advisor Board posts great new content.